Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about ExpressVPN and whether or not it is worth getting this particular VPN. The VPN market right now is very competitive. There are a lot of good VPNs out there, not just ExpressVPN, there's NordVPN, there's Surfshark. You may have heard some other names as well, Proton VPN. So is ExpressVPN the one that's right for you? Well, the answer to that is going to depend a lot on what you're looking for out of a VPN. Just for example, ExpressVPN doesn't have the most amount of countries that you can connect to. NordVPN definitely wins there with 165. By the way, if you want to find out more about any of these VPNs, there will be a lot more information in the description below. But just when it comes to countries, NordVPN has 165, and that's more than ExpressVPN's 105. However, if you're looking for the best VPN to connect to locations in the United States and make it seem as if you're in the US, for example, a lot of streaming services have bigger content libraries in the US, Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Disney Plus. They'll offer more movies and TV shows in the United States, so you might want to use a VPN to make it seem as if you're there and access that content. In that case, ExpressVPN is going to be the best option. And the reason for that is simple. Even though it doesn't have the most countries overall, like NordVPN, it does have the most in the United States. If I go into here in ExpressVPN, all I did was click on this location bar, and then we go over here in this window and we just type in USA. You're going to see just a huge list of servers. This is at least one in every state in the US, and in many of the more popular ones, you're going to have more than one. So let's say LA, you have one right there, another one, and another one. You have another one there in California. So that's 4 in California. You just have a ton of different servers in the United States, and that's really useful. Sometimes one might be faster for you than another. If you're using a VPN for gaming, this is particularly useful because you can connect to the closest server to your physical location, getting you better ping. But just in general, it's good to have more server connections. That way, in case one isn't working, it might be down, there might be problems with that server. The website that you're visiting might be blocking that server and Express hasn't gotten around to updating it yet. So just having more connections available in the United States is going to give you the highest chance and the best chance of getting a stable and fast connection and getting access to the content that you want. Now, another thing that a lot of people want out of their VPN is more privacy and security. A VPN gives you a more secure connection to the internet, and ExpressVPN does really well there as well. And this is for a few different reasons. ExpressVPN has done more independent security audits, meaning that they have been checked out by outside third-party companies more than pretty much any other VPN out there. They've just done a ton of audits of all different parts of their system. Their no logs policy, which is their commitment not to keeping any personal information on their own servers, that's been checked out here by KPMG. It's been checked out a few other times as well. They've just done so many audits to ensure that they really are being transparent and that they're not vulnerable to any data leaks or security risks. They also use RAM-only servers, so no data is ever being stored. These servers are going to be wiped every time they're rebooted, and they're also located in the British Virgin Islands. That's their legal jurisdiction, meaning that they're not part of any 5, 9, or 14 eyes. If we take Surfshark, for example, a very popular VPN, they're located in the Netherlands, and that is part of the 9 eyes. That means that if Surfshark does have information about their users, that can be shared with many other governments and used for surveillance. So for somebody who wants the highest level of privacy and security, ExpressVPN is probably going to be worth the money. Now, it's true, ExpressVPN is not as cheap as Surfshark. ExpressVPN is going to be about $3.50 per month for the 2-year plans. Of course, I'll have discount links in the description to get you the best possible price, but that's usually about where it's going to stand. Surfshark, though, is normally a bit cheaper. So ultimately, the question of whether or not ExpressVPN is worth it is going to be dependent on your own needs. If you're looking for a really simple, powerful, intuitive, fast VPN with a lot of connections, particularly in the United States, and a high degree of security and privacy, really just top notch, and you're also willing to pay a little bit more money for that higher quality, ExpressVPN is definitely worth it. On the other hand, if you're looking for the most amount of connections possible, or you're looking for the most budget-friendly VPN, then I would recommend checking out something like NordVPN or Surfshark. What I can tell you though is that even though I have all 3 of these VPNs, Express is the one that I always come back to and the one that I use on a daily basis. So no matter what you choose, I hope this video made things a bit clearer. As always, if you have any questions, you can leave those in the comments below. I'm always checking them out and looking to hear what you guys have to say. That's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one.